The issue of abortion is both simple and complicated. It's simple in the fact that human life is being terminated in the womb, and human life is sacred before God, and mankind has no right to terminate that which God has created. That's the simple part. The complicated part is whether it is murder. I taught criminal law for many, many years, and the definition of murder is the killing of one human being by another with malice. And malice is not necessarily meant hatred, but a wrongful intent to take life. There's no justification for it, no excuse for it, and so forth. So when protesters outside abortion clinics hold the sign saying abortion is murder, in one sense that's correct. But if, in fact, it is legalized murder or against the law as a crime of murder, I don't know how many of those who are holding up the signs that say abortion is murder are wanting to punish the woman who has had the abortion in the same way that they would punish someone who has taken a gun and killed another adult human being. That's where it kind of gets a bit complicated, and I'm not sure those who are against abortion would always, if faced with the reality that it's legal murder, ask for the death penalty of the mother who takes the life of her child in the womb. I think there may be some extenuating circumstances in some cases where there's pressure on a woman that is unusual. But the plain fact is that which is human life is taken wrongfully in the womb, and it's not to be tolerated. It is interesting to me, again, as a law professor, that if you take it out of the realm of a crime for abortion to take place, you run back into that which is a civil action. In some of the most liberal jurisdictions like California, one can bring an action for wrongful death for the life of a child in the womb at the very earliest fetal stages. If, for example, a drunk driver runs into a car and the baby in the womb is killed, even in one of the most liberal legal jurisdictions there is, you could bring a civil action and get monetary awards for wrongfully taking the life of that unborn child in the womb. Well, so the law on one hand is acknowledging that there is life there that can be wrongfully taken. But when you get to the abortion issue, suddenly, oh no, that's a woman's choice. Well, the choice issue is really at the heart of the whole thing. And it's a choice that says, I can do whatever I want to do with my body. Which, by the way, this has nothing to do with anything, but when you get down to the COVID vaccine and mandatory vaccines, the whole argument of my body, my choice goes out the window by the same liberal people who say you can't forbid us from doing what we want to do with our bodies. It's not just their bodies; it's another body. It's another being that's involved there. But it's this idea of choice, and that is actually saying I can do whatever I want to do. Period. I can do whatever I want to do sexually. I can do whatever I want to do with anything in life. It's my choice. It's my choice. And a lot of people would say, well, yeah, it's your choice until there's a victim. But those same people forget that the unborn child in the womb is a victim. But why then do most abortions take place? Most abortions, not all of them, but most abortions take place as a backstop to something else that people want the freedom to do, and that is complete sexual freedom. That you guarantee sexual freedom by having a backstop in case you become pregnant. So we've got a mixture of things going on here. It's not just the killing of the baby in the womb, but it's this desire to have complete and unrestricted license for sexual freedom, which in and of itself has always been sort of the touchstone of a culture that worships individual freedom. I can do what I want to do. And so it's all part of that, which explains one of the craziest things is that those who are homosexuals are really vociferously pro-abortion, or at least pro-choice. And they're never going to have to face that issue. So why would they always come out and support women's right to abortion? Because it is part and parcel of the whole package of sexual freedom. That if we want to have sexual freedom, we need everything possible to make that implemented, to make it happen, including the killing of unborn children in the womb. So it's part of a bigger package with greater implications for culture at large than just the single issue of abortion. So never think of it as being something that we're trying to oppress women with, to say you can't have control over your bodies. You certainly can. And you have a choice, but that choice comes at an earlier point than in the abortion clinic. It comes in the bedroom. And that's where the choice is made wrongly in so many instances, requiring the backstop of the even more horrific choice of killing the baby in the womb.